Great kid, don't get cocky. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we are with issue 63. Let's just kind of get into it. So we're going to talk about the heavy corvette the Imperialis. I think you guys might find that interesting. Then we're going to talk about life on Rhodia, which we've covered Rhodia recently, so we might just kind of cruise through that one. Ooh, as an extension to the blaster pistols, this time we're going to talk about blaster rifles. So that should be fun. Let's take a look at what we're getting this time. So, in this issue, we've got some more framework. It looks like we're going to be doing the framework. Got some rib stuff. All the pieces there. And, oh, that's right. I'm missing a piece here. I'm going to have to find an extra piece. Go back to, hopefully my brother's got one. Otherwise, this will be a very short video. We'll see if we can find that. And then we have this. So this with these. So at the very least, we're going to be putting these together. First thing we got to do is the rib. So let me go ahead and go see if I can't find this center part. And whatever reason, I didn't have any more. So I'll go find that and we'll get started. Well, we are back. Obviously, you can see I've got this here. It means we're going to be able to make some progress. The good news is that, one, I was able to find the part that I needed. Two, I didn't have to look very far. I had a drawer next to me that I had put some of my brother's parts in, and luckily there was one of these connector pieces in there. So with that, we can go ahead and get started. And we're going to start by attaching these. Okay, well, apparently there's several pieces here that I did not need to cut out this time. So in my haste, I cut them all out, and it looks like we only need these pipes and this one here in the middle. But I've got this little mini tote here that I'll put the spare pieces in. There should be two of them. Should be this one and this one that I don't use, I think. Oh, and this one here. I believe those are the ones that I'm not using. Only these pipes here. So with that, let's go ahead and make sure that we get this all put together. Once we have it together, then we can paint it. Been a while since I've actually glued something together. The last several issues just been doing framework and that kind of stuff, so. All right, let's see if I can remember how to do this. Ha. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. We're just going to put some glue in these holes here. little bit more there. One thing I've noticed since I started using, okay. So one of the things I've noticed since I started using the micro brushes to apply the glue is the first bit of glue you put on, the brush itself sucks it up. So you have to be very aware of that. It's interesting. So I think I've got all the pins in place, but it still feels kind of loose-ish. So when I'm done, I'll put a little dab of glue on the backside here just to hold it all in place. All right, so number 1. So while that's drying, these 3 pieces, this one, and that one, are all going to go in this little tote. For safekeeping. All right, I'm just going to test to make sure. So that one's pretty solid. It's solid-ish. Could be better. Obviously that one's okay. This one's pretty good. All right. So let me bring up a picture here so you guys can all see what it's going to take to, what it needs to look like after the fact. And so I am going to go ahead and get started on that, and let's see if we can't improve the looks of this, and then we'll be done with this issue. We'll come back when that's all done. See you guys in after a bit. Alright, so as you can see, I've primered it, I've done the base coat. Now it's time to paint it. So I've got my other phone here, and I've got the image on there so that way I can kind of use that as my guide. So I'm going to start off with the dark here, put a little bit there, maybe a splash over on the sides and towards the back, and then we'll move on to the 2 other colors. I'm doing 3 different grays, so I got a medium gray and then this kind of brownish whatever gray there. So that's what I'm going to do next. Alright, that's all for that color. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so now we're back with the medium gray, and the medium gray we're going to put here, there, a little bit there. We're going to kind of fill in some of these other gaps. Alright, here we are, the last color. So we got, this one's actually going to be quite a bit of it. And I'll show this picture again, but we're going to be like all around here and filling in a lot of these other spots. So, like this section here, which is all along here, that's going to be fairly brown up until this dot. And then towards the edges here, all around, kind of go around this edges here, just kind of blend some of this in and see how it goes. Alright, you'll be able to see it better when I bring it over to the bench. We are back. So, I had 3 colors. Funny thing enough, so the dark color was Tamaya's neutral gray. The last color I did, which is kind of this, kind of more brown, kind of, let's see, let's get it. So the one that was like the last color that went along here, over here. Once I feel like it's a little bit more kind of a brownish yellow gray. That is Model Master's neutral gray. So 2 different colors, obviously. And then the medium one, the one that got a lot of these other ones, that is Dark Ghost Gray by Model Masters. So I'm just going to take a little bit of paint here and get my little swab here. And let me take a look at the picture real quick. If I turn it this way, I can definitely see what it's supposed to be. Now, I think on the Falcon, there's actually a circle there, but we don't have a circle, so I'm just going to put a daub of this Model Masters neutral gray right here. And yeah, I think that should be it. So the only thing left on this is some rust spots. And I'm actually going to wait and do that after I do the rest of it. So here's what we have so far. Hopefully you guys think that looks pretty good compared to what I showed you in the as far as the actual Studio Falcon goes. Now the lighting doesn't quite do it justice. Plus there's a bit more brownish color to it. A lot of that is some of the weathering and stuff that will happen later. But these aren't quite dry yet. But I did some paint swatches just to try to see which ones were the colors I went with. So that's the Tamaya neutral gray. This is the Model Masters neutral gray. And then I went with this one here, which is the dark ghost gray. And this one here is the light ghost gray. So those were the colors I went with. I'm pretty happy with how that came out. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just gives you the kind of the hint, the feeling of it. So that is the end of everything that we're going to be doing in this issue. So the last part was to put that together. Not only did we put it together, but we painted it. So that's everything for issue 63. Next time in issue 64, we're going to get our last piece of pie, which we already got. The last bit of framework, some more ribs, bunch of screws, and some more hull plating. So getting enough hull plating, I'm going to have to do some blackout work. So I just want to acknowledge the fact that the first part of this video got broken up quite a bit. What happened was when you're using your cell phone as your camera and you take a phone call, which I now have a Samsung watch that's linked to my phone, and like an idiot, I went ahead and took the phone call. Well, it stopped the recording, and I had no idea. My other camera, which is this one here, and that's the one that I was using for my image over there. That's the one that I had put on my tripod off to the side because I had gotten some feedback that everybody liked the top-down view better. So I was going to just use the side view for just kind of special things or whatever. And unfortunately, its space got filled up after just a handful of minutes. So there's not much side view either. So I apologize for this video. Hopefully I can get that taken care of and I won't let it happen again. All right, well, thank you very much, everybody, for watching, and may the force be with you always.